I'm very, very honored by this event. I am blushing as I speak. Um, I think I've gotten, as I said earlier, far more credit than any one person was due. Certainly not me. It's a good thing to do, to thank people. It's a good thing to do, to think back on what you would have had if those people hadn't been around to do those things. What would have happened to the thing that you particularly love if somebody or another hadn't been there to take care of it, or to make sure that the old guy that knew how to do that, maybe got a few bucks for it or whatever. That was the kind of simple thing that we were trying to do most of the time. Just be sure that there was a little credit and a little solid remuneration given to people who would not otherwise have gotten it. And it's amazingly hard to do. He was a remarkable man. We haven't seen his like since, and I doubt we ever will again. He was one of a kind. And I worked with him for many years very happily, which is saying a lot because I'm very demanding and have extremely high standards and don't let things go by that aren't right. And Ralph and I just hit it off all the time. He was a great fellow, and I miss him all the time. His primary characteristic was to care an awful lot about what was going out. He wanted to put the very best stuff out where everybody could get hold of it. He thought that mankind needed to celebrate every once in a while, that they needed to say, okay, we're going to have a ball, we're going to have a blast, we're going to kick up our heels, we're going to throw everything out the window and have a good time. And he thought that was a very important thing for the human race to do every now and again, and I certainly agree with him. It's not easy being a human being. We haven't had much practice at it. We learn from our fathers and mothers and so on, but we don't get a long time to catch up with them. And it's a very complicated thing, being alive, and I think we need more credit than we're given often for simply showing up and being in there, hanging in there.